Okay, so hey there guys. So today's video is going to be kind of like a makeup wish list video. I know I've done these for like the Sephora Vibe Sale or the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty and stuff like that. But I was not involved in the Sephora 20% off sale that just happened because I've kind of been on a really strict no buy lately. I really don't need any makeup, but there are some holiday releases that I am a little bit interested in that I wanted to tell you guys about, and also just some things and in general that I am interested about. I will try and insert clips and pictures of everything that I talk about, but I just wanted to tell you guys like what I'm interested in and what things that I want to purchase maybe during the holidays when the 20% off rolls around. It's just like I really haven't had that much money to really shop at Sephora lately. Mostly everything that I've been buying has been ColourPop or stuff from Ulta. I really haven't set foot in Sephora and bought anything there in quite a while. The last thing that I bought that was kind of high end was my Bite Beauty lipstick for my birthday, and the only reason why I got that is because one, my boyfriend paid for the first one, and the second one, me and my best friend split the cost for my birthday. So that was literally like the last high-end product that I've actually bought recently. So I do have some things listed in my phone, and then I also took pictures of some things. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the Catrice foundation, and I'll insert a clip right here. And this foundation, I kind of want to try out some newer drugstore foundations, which is kind of crazy because I thought that I had like so many foundations that I wasn't going to be able to try a new foundation for quite a while. But I think I've actually went through quite a few foundations lately. I'm almost done with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. I think I'm basically done with my Dior Skin Forever foundation. I think that this is all the way down to the bottom. Like literally nothing's pumping out every single time I try to pump it. I'm going to try and see if I can open it. I don't know how to open these, but I think that this is done with. My number 7 foundation, I'm finally just going to declutter because I feel like it's so expired. I've had this for a year, almost a year, and it says it expired in November 2017, and every time I wear it, I feel like it makes my face itchy, and I literally just have, like, no product left. I wanted to use it up all the way, but there's just, like, it's just done with. And then the last one is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I think that this is almost done with too. I can't get anything out of this either. So it's crazy. Like I went through like almost 5 foundations this year. That's nuts. So I'm kind of interested in trying some new foundations. So I'm interested in that one. Because Andrea Matteliano always talks about it's one of her favorite drugstore foundations and pretty much like one of her all-time favorites. Like she usually always mentions that one, the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, which is what I'm wearing on my face today. And I think when I actually do purchase or repurchase new ones, I think I'm definitely going to repurchase the Physicians Formula. I love this foundation, and I'm definitely going to repurchase the number 7. But I also really want to try out some new ones, so maybe I won't repurchase both of them. I really want the Catrice one because even though I don't really feel like I wear full coverage foundation as much as I do light coverage, because I just got home from class today. I only went to class and then got gas, so like I'm just here waiting for my boyfriend now to come over because he said he's finally coming over today. So he's going to come over for dinner around like 5:30, so I had like plenty of time to film. So I'm really interested in that, and also I'm interested in the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation, which is this right here. And that foundation is a matte foundation, and I know that Alyssa Ashley collaborated with NYX and released like a 40 shade range, which with the Catrice foundation, they used to have a really limited range on their foundations, and now they had just released newer foundations, and honestly, that was kind of like the reason why I didn't really go for their foundation, even though I love their concealer, and I do have their concealer. The only 2 items I have from Catrice are their concealer and their mascara, but now since they're available at Ulta and my Ulta now, because I used to be only available online, now I can purchase them in store. Also, I'm going to think about things that I want to add as throughout this video. I just don't want to forget these. Yeah, so that foundation, the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop, I'm really interested in that one, but it is a matte foundation, so I'm a little bit hesitant to try it because it is meant for oily skin. A lot of people did say to stay away from it if you have dry skin, so I'm not sure if I'm going to try it. I just watched Kathleen Light's review on the foundation today, And she did mix it with an oil, so honestly, it wasn't really like an 100% full on review of it because she kind of mixed it with something that was very non-drying. So, um, but I really want to see how it would be on my skin. I've actually never tried a NYX foundation before. I've literally tried mostly every other drugstore brand in CVS except for NYX's foundations. For some reason, I've just never tried them. So I'm interested in that. And then there's a Milani like blush and highlighting palette on their website, which I'll insert right here. And with Milani, I basically every Milani powder product I fall in love with. I absolutely am obsessed with the Milani Dolce bronzer. That's one of my all-time favorite summer bronzers now. I was really obsessed with it when I first got it. I also love their Stellar Lights highlighting palette. That is amazing. Their Afterglow highlighting powder, amazing. Their blushes, their baked blushes in Luminoso and Rosa Romantica, gorgeous. So I love everything that they come out with. Basically, that's a powder product. So I really want to try this like trio of a blush palette. It has like a couple of blushes and I think a highlight in it. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. But it just looks really, really pretty, very romantic, very girly, very soft and pretty. So I really want to try that out. I'm not sure if it's available at Physicians Formula. Sorry, there's one more thing. All right, that should be it that I'm interested in because everything else... Okay, so I am interested in that highlighting and blush palette. And the next thing is the Camila Cabello L'Oreal collection. I'm not sure if it's available at CVS or Walmart. It probably is only available at Walmart. Honestly, I really don't go to Walmart for any I never go to Walmart for makeup, but there are a lot of things that are Walmart exclusives. It's just that Walmart is a very inconvenient place for me to shop because I don't really have one near me. The closest one to me is in my boyfriend's town, and honestly, it's so inconvenient to go there. We always end up going to Target. That I just don't end up going to Walmart ever. And plus, like, it's such an unpleasant place to shop. And anytime we go to Walmart, we only go there for food. We don't go there to look at makeup, obviously, because my boyfriend gets bored to look at makeup. And also, when we're at CVS, it's not really that big of a deal because CVS is a lot more convenient than Walmart. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but in my CVS, I have not seen the Camila Cabello collection. Kind of sucks, but I think that she's such an adorable singer. She's such a sweetheart to her fans. I just think that her collection is so cute and easy and simple, and I feel like it's very practical and everyday friendly for girls in high school or girls that are first starting with makeup. I think that it's a very basic, but also really cute and fun summery collection, even though it didn't come out till like the end of summertime. I just think it looks really cute. I'm kind of interested. I'm really interested in the lip glosses because Kathleen Lights keeps on raving about the lip glosses, so I really want to try those. And I think I want to try some of the eyeshadows. I don't know if there's like a blush in there, but I would like to try a blush or even a highlight if there is a highlight in the collection. I know that there's liquid bronzers, eyeshadows, and lip glosses, and I think a mascara. I don't know about a blush or a highlight. I think there's liquid highlights. I'm not exactly sure, but I am interested in that collection a lot. Then the next thing that is still drugstore is the Physicians Formula highlighting palette. Now I know that this palette is, let me just insert the clip first. I know that this palette isn't exactly new. It's been out for a few months now, but I've always been interested in trying it out because I absolutely love the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighting Formula. I'm actually wearing one of them over top of a Too Faced highlighter. The Too Faced Natural Face Palette highlights in satin sheets, and I can't remember the other one right now, but it's the two mixed together, and then I topped it off with this Physicians Formula highlight in Pearl, I believe, like the white pinky champagne color. And they're just like such beautiful highlights. They're like a cream to powder formula. And I've always been interested in trying the highlighting palette, but at the same time, I didn't want to pick it up right away just because I was kind of on a no buy for highlights because I just purchased way too many recently, but now I feel like I'm kind of ready to try out some new highlighters. I know that that's crazy, but I actually have been going back to a lot of my older highlighters and have been using them quite more often. So, that's why I would like to experiment with those ones as well. And I always know that the Physicians Formula highlighting formula is freaking awesome. So, but the only thing that I will say about those that I might be a little bit hesitant on actually picking that up is that the highlighters do get kind of a funky smell after a little while because they have like a coconut infused scent to it because a lot of their butter products have that coconut type of smell to it. And it didn't really happen with like the powder products like the butter bronzer and the butter blushes, but the butter highlighters, since they are that cream to powder formula, they kind of start smelling a little bit weird. And they're also not sealed when you buy them. They're just in a little box. So I would think that like Physicians Formula might put like a little sticker on it so it would be at least kind of sealed before you open it, and I think that's why they don't stay like forever. So I don't know why it's not like wrapped in something before you actually buy it, because ColourPop doesn't do that either, and ColourPop is definitely the most similar formula to those highlighters. Sorry, one more thing, and then I swear to God, I'm not adding anything else. But I'm gonna go through the drugstore stuff before, and then I'm gonna go through like my wish list of like high-end products that I really want for like the holidays and stuff. So yeah, we'll see if I pick that up or not. I haven't interested in it for quite a while, but since there's no near Walmart to me, I have been hesitant about picking it up, so I haven't really decided to. So the next thing is the Wet n Wild Zodiac collection. Now, again, with this collection, it is a Walmart exclusive. And again, I have been interested in picking up this collection for quite a while. I did pick up the entire ColourPop Zodiac collection, so I didn't really think I really needed this. The only thing I was super interested in, obviously, was my lip gloss shade for my sign, which is Leo. I really wanted the lip gloss topper, the Wet n Wild gloss. Bite Beauty also came out with a Leo lipstick last month, but I was not interested in it in pretty much at all. If you want to see a photo of it, I'll just link it below. If not, then it was limited edition for August. But it was like a gold, like glittery lipstick, and I was just like, I'm not interested in this at all. I'd rather get the lipsticks for my birthday at the Bite Beauty Lip Lab, so I just passed on that, and plus I wasn't going to spend $30 on a glittery gold lipstick that I was like never going to wear. So, but I do want the lip gloss in my sign. I think that's just, it's so cute that they created a lip gloss for each sign. So there's 12 lip glosses for each sign. I think that's adorable. And then there's like highlights, and I really want, I think there's one called Fire for fire signs, so I really want the highlighter as well. I wasn't really interested in the eyeshadow palettes. I just know that Wet n Wild's highlighting formula is absolutely amazing. But ever since I've used the Mega Glow highlighters, I wasn't too impressed with the Bar of Gold highlighter, like the gold bar, I think it's called. Bar of Gold or Gold Bar. I can never remember if it's Charlotte Tilbury or Wet n Wild that's Bar of Gold or Gold Bar. I think Bar of Gold is Charlotte Tilbury. And also the Wet n Wild one is like $4 and the Charlotte Tilbury one is like $40. Which I'm still interested in Charlotte Tilbury makeup, but I just have not made the plunge to actually spend the money on it. That's why I've been so disinterested in other high-end brands lately, because it's just like it's so damn expensive. Like, if I want to get 3 items from Charlotte Tilbury, it's like $150. I'm just like, that's insane. Like, or at least $100. I'm like, I don't have to spend that much money when I can just get in the drugstore. Like, I might splurge on Charlotte Tilbury or Chanel at some point, but right now, no thank you. So, they're just too expensive. So yeah, I'm interested in that. And then the last thing that is drugstore are the ColourPop Jelly eyeshadows. And as you guys know or weren't aware of, that ColourPop did come out with these like jelly kind of hybrid eyeshadows, which I think they're so fascinating that I'm just like, I'm really intrigued on at least trying one shade. I don't know what else I would purchase from ColourPop though, since I pretty much have everything I could possibly want from ColourPop. But since you have to spend $30 to get free shipping, I don't know if I might get like a few shades and then maybe like a blush or highlight, who knows? Like not a highlight, but like probably another blush and like I don't know. But I don't really need any more eyeshadows from them. I might like repurchase a older lipstick shade, or maybe I might try the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lips because I've never tried those before. I might get like a few shades in those. Who knows? But again, I just don't want to overwhelm myself with too much makeup. I just wanted to try the one red shade that everyone's like obsessed with. Like everyone keeps on saying that's the only one that they're going to use, and the rest of them like they're not really going to use them. But they're like this jelly kind of eyeshadow hybrid, and they look stunning. So I'm like really, really intrigued on trying those. I think they're just such an interesting product. I think that's so different from anything else that's out there right now. So I really, really wanted to try them. Okay, now moving on to some high-end products. The first ones I want to talk about are the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows. Okay, so the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows are pretty much like the most popular eyeshadows that were like high end this past couple of months. A lot of people were talking about them. Just Dose of Colors just keeps on growing in popularity, and since they're in Ulta stores now, a lot more people know about them. And I think I got really turned on by these eyeshadows from Roxette Arisa. I think that she mentioned them in her favorites video, and I think someone else did. I think it was Nicole Guerrero, I think. And I also think Jaclyn Hill mentioned them in her favorites video as well, and she was saying that they're absolutely stunning, so I really, really want to try them out. I'm not interested in anything from Morphe, by the way, so don't expect that in this video, but I am very intrigued on trying some of those eyeshadows out. I just don't really bite the bullet on like single eyeshadows, since they are super expensive and they do end up costing a lot more than actually buying an eyeshadow palette. But when you actually look at it in the long run, sometimes your eyeshadow palettes do not last as long, and it's like, it kind of sucks that you have to go and repurchase a brand new eyeshadow palette when it's a lot easier if like a single shadow or a shade that you really love in a palette would be available as a single, and you just get that rather than repurchasing a whole palette. But like two singles end up costing you $40 and a whole palette costs you $50. So yes, you end up saving a lot more money, but at the same time it's like, it's crazy how you have to repurchase an entire palette. So but that's my only mentality about that, but it doesn't stop me from purchasing single eyeshadows. So I really want to try like at least two shades from there, but not right now because again, I can't really afford this high-end stuff right now. So that's the first thing, and then I did add a few things to my wish list from Fenty Beauty. I wanted to try the shimmer liquid eyeshadow duos and one of the newer Fenty Beauty highlighters, like the orange and pink one, or the blue and white one was the one that I was really interested in. And I know that that was like a summer collection. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's still available, but I wanted to try like one of the glosses. I think I wanted to try like the orangey one. But again, I'm not really going to pay like, no, not the gloss, the eyeshadow, one of the liquid eyeshadow duos. I'm not sure like what the shade names are called, but I wanted to try at least one of them. But since I purchased the ColourPop Kathleen Lights ones, I didn't really need to get the Fenty Beauty ones too. And since the ColourPop ones are so much cheaper, like I don't really need to purchase the Fenty Beauty liquid eyeshadow. So I kind of decided to skip on that. But at the same time, they were interesting and intriguing to me. And the duo highlighter, I'm still waiting for my sister to return back my Fenty Beauty highlight because I let her use it when she was doing her show in Massachusetts. I lent it to her along with my NARS trio, and she still hasn't returned it back to me because she doesn't live here. So, but I love that highlight so much that I've always been intrigued on trying another Fenty Beauty highlighter. So I really wanted to try the blue, and I think it's blue and white. I'm pretty sure. It looks stunning. So I wanted to try that one as well. I'm not going to list prices or anything. These are older products that you guys should probably already know about. But Fenty Beauty is a very intriguing brand to me. I'm going to keep on saying intriguing because I just want to cover what I want to buy. I'm not going to do like a review or anything or be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't get this. I'm just saying what I want. That's all that this video is about. Then the next thing is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Powder. Now, I think for this, I'm definitely 100% probably going to pick up the travel size version because the travel size version is only like, I think like 20 bucks. The full size one I think is almost $60 and I'm just like, I am not going to pay that for a powder. I just think that's ridiculous. I understand Hourglass is vegan and cruelty free and everything, but I just think that their products are just too expensive. I've never repurchased really their I haven't repurchased anything from them in a while. I'm actually wearing one of their blushes today along with a ColourPop one. But I just feel like that they're very expensive brands and that's what has always kind of like not had me pick up the bronzer from them because that's also super expensive. But yeah, I wouldn't pick up the full size one, but everyone keeps on raving about it and I really want to try it out. So I probably would only get the smaller one, like the $20 one from Sephora. So I am interested in trying that as well. It just sounds like the perfect powder for me since it's luminous and light and finely milled and everything, and it just sounds delicious. I think that's it for now. I'm not going to mention the Cover FX shimmer veils because like I said about the Fenty Beauty, I mean, I do want to try more products from Cover FX, but since, again, these eyeshadows are just so much more expensive than the ones that you can get from ColourPop, and since I already have like a few from Stila and a few from Milk Makeup, I don't really need any more like glittery single eyeshadows right now, which is kind of crazy because those are actually the ones that I wear the most lately. I wear a lot of liquid eyeshadows now. I just find that they're so much easier to wear than like normal eyeshadows. Like I just pop it on my lid and then put something in the crease and then I'm like out the door. Like obviously I'll still put on like a crease color and a defining shade and like an outer quarter shade. Like I'm not like one of those people that just throws on a crease shade and a glitter and I'm out the door. No, I still do like mostly a full eyeshadow look just because I love eyeshadow and I have to have like a pretty much full eyeshadow look. But again, I just think those are a little bit too expensive that I don't really need them. I might pick them up during the holidays, but only if I like really have the money for them. So now for the rest of this video, I'm just going to pull images from my phone because I don't need to stop the video and show you pictures every 5 seconds. So let's go into my phone. I know I took pictures of some things that I wanted recently. So the very first thing, I don't think there's anything else really. I also am going to scroll through Trend Mood as well just to see if I missed anything. But the one thing that of course really caught my eye was the Naked Cherry palette. As you guys can see, Urban Decay is discontinuing their Naked palette, and I think the reason why they are is because they want to make room for this one. This one I think is supposed to be released around the holidays or maybe released a little bit earlier than that. I'm not exactly sure. I know some people already have their hands on this and have already swatched it online, and honestly, I just thought that the color scheme and the packaging was so pretty, and I just feel like that this is a very practical palette. And I think it's kind of like a sister palette to the Naked 3 because I haven't done like mauve tones like this in quite a while in a Naked palette. Yes, people are complaining that this Naked palette, how can it be called a cherry palette if you don't have like a cherry shade in there? And I understand that. And honestly, I probably could have done without this like bronzy shade here in the middle, and they probably could have put like a cherry shade there that like, I think that shade's called Ambitious. They probably could have eliminated both of these and put like, you know, like a red matte shade in there or like a red shimmery shade. I thought that would be really, really cool. But at the same time, like this palette is very cohesive and I do really like the color scheme. Now with the Naked palettes, there's very opposite mixed feelings about the Naked palettes because they've been around for so long. And I actually just used the Naked 2 palette yesterday, and every time I use it, I'm just like, why aren't there more color options in this palette? I feel like the first Naked palette, like, there's only like 2 or 3 mattes in there, but they're mattes that work with like any look, that you don't really need another palette to go with it. And there's like a ton of lid options in there that you put on the inner corners, on the lid, on the brow bone, and I just feel like that palette was a lot more cohesive than the second one. The second one was kind of a sister to the first one, but for me, it's always been my least favorite Naked palette just because I think that there's not enough options in there for you to just do one look with it. I always feel like I'm pulling from other palettes to use that palette now. I used to use it on its own a lot, but now since I've learned more about makeup and more about eyeshadow, I just feel like I can't really do like a one look with it. Maybe I just need to look up some few tutorials about it, but I don't really reach for it that often at all. That I'm not going to use a palette that I really just am not crazy about. If I have so many other eyeshadow palettes I'm going to use that I obviously can get a lot more looks out of and are just easier to use in the morning, because I don't have time to like reach a million palettes when I'm getting ready for school or getting ready for work. I'm not going to do that. So I'd rather have a palette that I have everything in rather than pulling from a bunch of different palettes. And I think that this palette really does do that. I think they have really nice peachy tones in here, some mauvey pinks down here. But yes, I do think they should have put a red in here. I think that's what this palette is lacking. Maybe they didn't really need these peachy tones, but I understand like the color scheme. With the packaging is adorable. And then as far as the Naked palette being discontinued, yes, it really sucks. It's crazy because like honestly, that was like some of people's like first palette. And it's crazy how Urban Decay would discontinue something that's so beloved. But I did just post a get ready with me with using that palette. But of course, this video probably won't be up for another like week or two after that video is already up. And I did say that it was crazy how but I did use it in that video, and I wrote in the caption that I think that they're going to repackage it and reformulate it, because I think they're kind of taking notes from Too Faced, because I think that since they're making a cherry themed palette, since Too Faced has their peach palette and all their other like scented products like the chocolate bar palettes, I feel like they're kind of like getting that from Too Faced and kind of like, oh, maybe we should make something fruit scented, because Urban Decay knows the trends. They've always been a super trendy brand. They always seem to keep up with the trends all the time. They always come out with something different and innovative. That I think it's going to be a nice palette, but I'm going to see reviews about it first. Honestly, I would have loved to wear it with this shirt today, even though this is strawberries, not cherries. I wish I would have had it already, but actually I'm wearing the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette today on my eyes. So, and then for speaking of Too Faced, I really have not been interested in most of their products lately, just because, like I've said before, I don't really stand behind the brand anymore. I did say it in my rant video about the beauty community recently. But this was like a product that I was semi-interested in, and I think it looks really, really pretty. It's a little bit similar to the Naked Cherry palette, but I am a collector of the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes. I did not pick up the Chocolate Bar Gold palette, though. I just thought it was a palette that I wasn't going to use. And I did not pick up the White Chocolate Bar palette just because that color scheme was insane. I put that in an anti-haul video, like, around, like, the springtime or maybe, like, last year. That palette just, I didn't understand the color scheme. But then they released on Trend Mood that they were going to be releasing a Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. And this is what it looks like. And honestly, the color scheme of this is something that I'm really, really interested in. I think it just looks really, really pretty. But I do think that there are a lot of shimmer shades in here. You do get a lot of, but you get some really good mattes in here that you can use with any look, basically, in this whole palette. There's like about 6 mattes in here, and the rest are shimmers, and they just look really, really pretty. And I feel like it's something I would use quite a bit, and I just think it's really pretty for the holidays and stuff. So again, I'm going to have to see tutorials on this palette, but I think that this is one of my favorite things that Too Faced has released in a really, really long time. I'll see. I might just have my boyfriend buy this for me along with the Naked Cherry palette as a Christmas present, so I don't have to buy it, so he'll get it for me instead, so I'm not giving them my money. But we'll see. I usually have my boyfriend buy stuff. Usually have him buy me makeup for the holidays anyway. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. The other thing that I did take a picture of is the Too Faced think this is called the Sugar Cookie palette. Now, I think that the theme is really, really cute, but again, the colors are super basic. I just thought it was cute because it was a mini like sugar cookie palette, like again, like in theme with like their chocolate bar palettes and stuff. But the colors are pretty basic, so I don't really need these colors because I have like these colors in my collection. But I think it's a cute little palette. I just wanted to mention that. I just think the packaging is really cute. But that's what Too Faced does, is that they get you with the packaging and they get you with things that you don't really need. So I also thought that that was cute. And the other thing that I saw on Trend Mood are these berry and watermelon blushes and liquid highlighters from L'Oreal. And you guys know that L'Oreal did release a peach collection lately, and CoverGirl also released like peach and chocolate infused kind of thing. So I feel like everyone's trying to copy Too Faced with the whole scented blush thing and scented makeup. And yes, I do use the L'Oreal Bashful blush a lot. I think it's such a pretty blush and it's so easy to use and it smells delicious. But yes, I do think they're kind of copying the peach collection from Too Faced. But and L'Oreal and Estee Lauder like own every single company. Estee Lauder owns Too Faced and L'Oreal obviously owns L'Oreal. That I think they're kind of trying to compete with Estee Lauder a little bit. But I just thought these looked so cute. There's a raspberry. I think that's raspberry, and then that one's watermelon. Isn't that adorable? So I'm definitely intrigued on picking those up. I'm probably definitely going to pick up one of those or maybe both blushes. And I kind of really want to try the liquid highlight too. I haven't tried a liquid highlighter in quite a long time. The last ones I had was the Becca Liquid Shimmering Skin Perfector, and I had the Cover FX Shimmer Drops, or the Enhanced Cover Drops, but I returned those because I just thought they were too expensive for what they were. And then the last thing on here, I took a picture of the Love Lux Beauty pigments that it looks like they're going to be releasing. Now, I haven't picked up anything from Love Lux Beauty in quite a while. I only had originally bought two of their like eyeshadow pigment kind of big pans in like a pink and a blue tie-dye kind of thing. They're so pretty. And I also picked up what mermaids are made of and what unicorns are made of in their highlighters. Now, these are pigments. And I really wanted to try the shade October because it's a really, really pretty orange. And also, I just feel like I want to try out more pigments, which is kind of crazy because I feel like since I'm getting older now, I don't really need them. But I don't know, I've just been like more intrigued to play with glitter like ever since I picked up the Too Faced Pure Gold pigment. I've always wanted to try like more MAC pigments and stuff, but I think that these would be really pretty. So I'm kind of interested in trying them. We'll see if I pick up any of them, but I just think they look really gorgeous. Also, I wanted to just talk about Makeup Monsters and Sugar Pill. Makeup Monsters released an eyeshadow palette not too long ago, but also I want to repurchase some of their liquid lipsticks because I actually have been wearing a lot of them lately. I wore Terracotta yesterday. I wore Cornucopia and Sedona last week, and they're just like some of my favorite liquid lipsticks ever. I wore like Redwood a few weeks ago. But the other ones I'm probably going to declutter, but I feel like I do have to replace them at some point. But I also want to replace some of my Lime Crime Velveteens at some point as well. But at the same time, it gets very expensive to replace some of these things because they're all like $20 a piece. But I did also see that Makeup Monsters released a eyeshadow palette a little while ago, and it just looks so fun. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't wear these colors that often at all, that I probably don't need it. But I am interested in it. I just think it looks so cool. It's like basically all matte. There's like one shimmer shade in it, and I just think that these colors look absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like I need more like matte, vibrant shades because I'm thinking about getting rid of my Kat Von D Metal Matte palette at some point just because like I'm kind of over Kat Von D, to be honest, even though I've been using her Metal Crush highlighting palette quite often lately. And that Metal Matte palette's one of my favorites, and it has a lot of mattes in there that I do use for a lot of my colorful looks that I don't have in any other palettes. But these are just really vibrant and really beautiful. I would also want to see if I would like these more than my Sugar Pill eyeshadows. So, I don't know. I'm very intrigued on trying that as well. And then Sugar Pill, I've always wanted to try their liquid lipsticks. But like I said, I just try and be really practical and cutthroat about the things that I try sometimes because I can't always afford all this stuff. Um, but I'm just gonna pull like one shade. That looks like a gorgeous shade, but I think I've always wanted to try like their original shade, which I think it has like a pumpkin name or something, but I've always heard like really, really good reviews about their liquid lipsticks that I really want to try at least one of them. Here's a couple more shades, but I only have like some of their eyeshadows. I would like to try some of their lipsticks as well. And I think they also have regular lipsticks lately. Now I'm just going to go through Trend Mood real quick and see if there's anything else that I might be interested in. But I think that's pretty much everything that I'm semi-interested in. I probably will most likely pick up all of the drugstore products that I mentioned, but as of now, I am on a strict no-buy. I was kind of interested in Nicki Tutorial's new highlighter with Ofra. But since I already have her glazed donut highlighter, I don't really need the new one, so I probably won't get that. Okay, last thing that I'm interested in, because I just scrolled through it a little bit, and honestly, there's nothing else I really want. I really wanted to try these Jouer duos, and I've been wanting to try them for quite a while. I think I want to get Coquette though, but this is the new rose gold one, which also looks gorgeous, so I might pick up that one instead, just because the Coquette one's so old, but at the same time, I still haven't picked up any of them. And I think that Jouer's powder products are bomb as well. But they are a little bit expensive, but I usually get them from Derm stores, so I usually get them for a pretty good discount. But these are always talked about on YouTube, and a lot of people say that these are stunning, so I really want to try one of those as well. Other than that, I don't think there's really anything else here that I need to talk about. Um, there's also the whole Too Faced Tutti Frutti collection, but honestly, I think the only thing that I might be semi-interested in from that is the foundation. Because with the Sweet Peach, here's the foundation. With the Sweet Peach collection, they came out with a matte foundation, and with this collection, they're coming out with a dewy one. So this is the Dew You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. And from what I've seen, even Stephanie Nicole said that she likes this foundation, so I'm kind of intrigued on trying it. But at the same time, again, since it's Too Faced, I'm not like too intrigued on purchasing it. And then the only other thing that I was semi-interested in is the Lime Crime lip liners. I haven't purchased anything from Lime Crime in quite a while, and these are probably like $20 a piece. But I think it is really interesting that they're releasing lip liners because I only have, obviously their lipsticks, and I'm actually wearing Clueless today on my lips for the first time in quite a while. This was a limited edition unicorn lipstick from them. Which they did discontinue their unicorn lipsticks, which they're amazing. I cannot believe they discontinued those because they're amazing. At least I think they did. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been on their website in quite a while. But they did get picked up from Ulta, so they are coming back from all the controversy. And they are releasing lip liners, which it's crazy how it took them this long to create lip liners since they've had the Velveteens for forever, and they were basically the makeup game changers about liquid lipsticks. And I think that's why Jeffree Star always has such a beef against her, is because she was basically one of the first to create a liquid lipstick, if not the first. I think her and Anastasia Beverly Hills were some of the first. And she literally still has the best liquid lipstick formula I've ever tried, but I am kind of intrigued on trying a couple of those lip liners. I don't think there's really anything else. Just gonna scroll like super, super quickly. But usually, when I find anything high-end now, I usually always pick it up from Marshall's because there's just too many things that are too overpriced. That's why I didn't pick up the Smashbox and Vlada highlighter. I picked up the Nikki Tutorials one instead because I don't follow Vlada, so why would I pick up one of her highlighters? So, yeah, I mean, I'm just looking super quickly. Just give me like 2 seconds. And Too Faced, Excuse me, bless me. Too Faced is extending their Sweet Peach collection, but they literally do that like every season. It's like pretty much getting really boring now. I don't need any more peach in my life. I have the highlighter, I have the eyeshadow palette, I have the blush, I have the um lip glosses that I don't need more peach stuff. Um yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my makeup wish list video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Let me know what's on your wish list for these holiday releases and this holiday season. It is kind of crazy that these makeup companies come out with these holiday releases earlier and earlier every year. I can't believe some of them are already available. But I said in my last video that honestly, you should wait to get some of the eyeshadow releases or the palette releases because they always put them on sale at some point a little bit after the holidays or even a little bit before the holidays are over. So just pay attention to that because sometimes they can put them on sale and then you kind of regret paying full price for them because I don't rush out and buy holiday stuff like right away. Sometimes I would, but now since I've learned, since Sephora always does like their vibe sale and then they did a sale on sale last year where they had an extra 20% off sale items already. And what was crazy is that I saw on the Sephora website that they still have the Milk Makeup quad that they had from last Christmas on their website still, and they're still selling it. And it's still on sale, but the best price that I got it at, I think, was the Weekly Wow or the 20% off sale on sale last year. But it was crazy. Like, Sephora really is stepping up their game with their point system and with their sales. They had the surprise sale this month, which now I guess they're going to be doing it 3 times a year rather than twice a year. So that's amazing because back to school, people want new makeup, people want new releases. So that was very clever of them. And their sale on sale last year on sale makeup was an awesome deal as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye guys. Love you.